Is it Halloween tonight?
Prince of the Bear, today we find ourselves at Disney's Hollywood Studios because the Halloween spirit is in me.
It is finally Halloween and Dine at Hollywood and Vine.
Yes, we're back to do character dining here at Hollywood Studios. This is your number one choice of food infotainment. We're here to try all the skeleton seasoned food so you don't have to, which is vegan. I'm not, because it is indeed Halloween today.
It's time to foodie and chill. Ow.
So we're here today because today is the day that the costumes change over at Hollywood and Dine, where they go from their regular outfits, their summer outfits, to their Halloween outfits. That means Goofy, Donald, Pluto, Daisy, and Mickey in their Halloween outfits. Obviously, I feel underdressed, but we want to show that, guys, to you because it doesn't change with the food. And food and theme, we can do that. Because I'm still a growing bear, even if I'm growing down and not up, I still need my veggies. So, of course, you always start with the salad bar. I know it's very tempting to go to the carving station first, and that's not a wrong way. It's not the bear way. Because you know what? I'm not trying my darndest, but I'm trying my barest to keep this bear-like figure. So, first up is the Caesar salad. Now, they served sans croutons, but they have croutons up there. Croutons are marked non-vegan, so I decided to get me a couple to throw on top of this plain-looking Caesar salad. Standard lettuce, Parmesan cheese, crunchy crouton, plenty of Caesar dressing. Almost too much, but still good. I would give that 3.25 out of 5 claws. So, a nice black bean and corn salad. It's almost salsa, but you know what? I accept and respect it in the salad section of the little buffet. A little tomatoes in here, some onions as well. Served cold, of course. I like that. It's got a nice tart dressing on it. The sweetness of the corn, and then you have like that nice savory bean flavor. They cook very well, so they just sort of like disintegrate in your mouth. Very good. 3.75 out of 5 claws. I love seeing the names and new things that I can't pronounce on a buffet because you know what? To me, that's a new adventure. I am always down for new foodie adventures. This is the Panzanella salad. Just taking a look, I'm seeing a bunch of onions, tomatoes, looks like some capers in here. And then cucumbers. Need help loading onto this fork here. Because it's slippery. Got some other things in here. Oh, no. Fell apart. All of it. There we go. I think that's what it's meant to be. Like a nice, like oiled salad with the tartness of the capers. So you get a little, that like tart in there on top. It's like a different take on like a house salad. You just have the capers that add something else to it. Odd salad, but you got to make sure you get the capers or it just tastes like every other salad. I would give that 3 out of 5 claws. Macaroni salad. The American South way to ruin something that's supposed to be healthy. Drop mayo on it. Of course. Jokes aside, I do actually like macaroni salad, even though in my mind, macaroni salad has never really been a salad. It's a cold casserole. There's nothing about a macaroni salad that screams salad to me. You are a pasta salad at best, but salad, that's a stretch. Let's be real. I would give that 3.25 out of 5 claws. I'm glad it's not as mayo heavy, but it doesn't have the tart that I like in my macaroni salads. It could use a bit of a plussing up, if you will. Because you deserve some bread, and not by actual bread, I mean cash. All of you. Everybody watching the video deserves a lump of money mysteriously out of nowhere. I can't give it to you, but I wish that upon you. They have some focaccia rolls up there, also not labeled. as being like plant-based. So I got some of these. They're a bit crusty. They're a bit hard. Focaccia rolls. Luckily, they're only crusty on the outside, but that initial bite is some crunch. Watch your demo work. But it's still decent bread. 3.25 out of 5 plus. As if it's a buffet standard at Disney, I feel like every single buffet, most of them, 88% of the buffets here at Disney have peel and eat shrimp. I don't know if Disney's a place I want to come for unlimited peel and eat shrimp, but you have the option. They have cocktail sauce up there as well. I prefer my shrimp plain. Every now and again I like some sauce, but like I like my sea roach to be sea roach. Of course, it is served skin and tail on. Otherwise, what would you peel and eat? It's cooked. I feel like they didn't do a great job cleaning it, but that's neither here nor there at this point. Cooked and then chilled. Fit for you to peel and eat. It's average peel and eat shrimp. I think my main problem with getting peel and eat shrimp at a buffet is that it's usually in the salad section, and then I gotta pick it up, and then my hands smell like seafood before I even got through half of the buffet. Of course, that's a personal problem because you can skip it, or you can wait till the end, but self-imposed problem. I would give it a 2.75 out of 5 plus. I would like to see sauces for the shrimp other than cocktail sauce. Cocktail sauce is incredibly boring for shrimp. I said it. Flame me in the comments.
The first thing we have here is the Hollywood Brown Derby bread. It's a little light, but at least it's not hard. It's soft. So that's a good thing. Cheers. It's a nice soft bread. A little on the underside, but still nothing wrong with that. It gives good bread. It reminds me of Hollywood Brown Derby. Of course, I cannot compare it to 1900 Park Fair. That's definitely better bread, but for the sake of bread, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 breads.
We roll with the rolls, the dinner roll. Excellent theme park rolls. Needs earth balance. Excellent. Crispy outside, nice warm inside, fresh, warm, delicious. 4.5 out of 5 claws.
So I was very surprised to see how sparse, actually, I shouldn't be surprised to see how sparse the salad bar is at the present. We got a lot of recalls happening here in the US, unfortunately, so interesting mix of salad, just Caesar, and then make your own, and that's it. So I made my own, and it's these greens, they're like not my favorite greens. And then I got cucumbers, chickpeas, extra chickpeas, tomatoes that should really be cut, and carrots. Now, for some reason, when you get salad at the salad bar here, everyone acts like they're in rush hour traffic, and they're just like hurrying through the salad. I don't understand. Why are we hurrying through the salad at the buffet? Just take your time. I purposefully put extra dressing on mine because I'm not a huge fan of the texture of these types of greens, and it really did help a lot. I love the chickpea. Of course, they taste canned. It is what it is. I didn't get a tomato. I will later. It'll have like a burst in your mouth. The balsamic vinaigrette is pungent, I would say. Maybe it's been out for a little too long. I'm not sure, but it doesn't taste... I don't know. Maybe it's the leaves. Something about the aftertaste of this salad is just not for me. But I do have pocket parm. I could throw that on there. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 salads. It's better than average, but it's not like gonna wow me. Like I'm definitely not getting seconds of this.
The salad section always brings up some interesting sort of conversation topics, especially for buffets. This is a community. We appreciate your feedback. What are your buffet etiquettes, your buffet pet peeves? What can somebody do to you at a buffet? It doesn't have to be Disney. That just really grinds your gears. You need to know. Just leave a comment and let us know what like your number one buffet pet peeve is. Anyway, to the salad. Chickpeas, carrots. Princess got all the fixins. All the hard to pick up fixins.
Sorry.
There's some greens in here somewhere. There, now it's a salad. Heavily dressed, almost approaching soup. The princess and me have different varying degrees of like what we like dressing on our food. It's fine. A preference thing. You can put as little or as much or even zero dressing if you like on your salads. That's why it's a buffet. I like the chickpeas. I agree that tomatoes should always be cut if you're going to put them on a salad because nobody wants to chase a rolling little ball around a plate. That's just annoying. I can do the couple more dressing options. There is the balsamic and then there's ranch. Like, that's very sparse pickings even for like a buffet. I'm expecting at least 4. You know, some Thousand Island maybe, some French, something. It's a decent salad. 3 out of 5 plus. I actually almost missed a salad. They have a seasonal salad new for this season. It's strawberry salad. And I'm never going to say no to extra strawberries on anything, even a salad. It's the one sort of like fruit additive I don't feel like makes it a dessert. It is still very much a salad. Nice ripe strawberries, lightly dressed as not to make it candy. I approve. 3.75 out of 5 claws.
Yeah, it's a microphone.
Your fur is better.
Your fur is way better. Yes. You like my ears? Yeah, do I match you a little bit? Because you're like a vampire, right? You're like spooky.
Save you a plate.
Yeah, I'm sure you need one. I bet you're hungry. Yeah, you need a break. You need a long one. Maybe an extended lunch.
Caramelized Brussels sprouts, because we are Brussels sprout stands here on this channel. Again, all the best vegetables are one shaped like trees, even if they look like bushes. Well roasted, no hard parts, caramelization. You see my little char on the edges. I speak Brussy. Now it's no Le Cellier Brussy or the brand new Brussels sprouts at Homecoming, which we just had. Check out that video. But they're good Brussies. Give that 3.5 out of 5 plus.
I did take that. Right. I didn't step on
that. Now, I've been a hater of late of bread pudding because, as I've ranted in previous videos, I have texture issues with bread pudding. You take stale bread, you put egg and seasonings on top of it, and then you bake it again. So you're making bread soggy in order to make it fresher again. Cornbread pudding, I have absolutely no idea. I'm not going to even lie to you and say that I have experience how to make cornbread pudding. But seeing my beloved cornbread slopped with things to make it wet and soggy does not fill me with joy. Maybe I'm going to like it. I don't know. But I got to try it so you don't have to. It's got a little jiggle to it, a little wiggle. Just like with my previous attempts at bread pudding, I don't hate the flavor, but I don't love the texture. It's almost like they put cream corn on top of cornbread with a little bit of gravy. You get like a little sweet texture, get those bits of corn in there. It eats like a lumpy pudding, just like you wouldn't expect from bread pudding. The flavor's fine. The texture to me is not a vibe. Though I'm probably still going to have like another bite or two. So for that, I'm giving it a 3.75 out of 5 plus. One of my favorite things here when we come here, this one almost never leaves the menu, is their pork fried rice. Because if Disney ever gave me a full Chinese buffet, I'd be a problem. I would need to hire an extra stomach, or like a stomach pump, to pump the food out so that I could eat more China buffet at Walt Disney World. Luckily for me, that will never happen. Never happen. The mouse does not give me gifts like that.
Never say never.
Until then, I will get by on the pork fried rice here at Hollywood and Dine. Nice, huge pieces of pork, carrots, there's some egg in there. Yeah, it's all the fixings. Perfectly executed rice, nice chunky pieces of pork. Even when you go to like a public shopping center, China food place here in Florida, not South Florida, but Florida period, you don't get chunks of pork that big. They're just like little tiny cubes, and it's just the right amount of salty where you feel like your doctor is not going to be too mad at you when you tell them what you ate yesterday. This is good. I need a bucket of this, like a legit bucket, like a 5-gallon. I'll just take that to go. 4.75 out of 5 claws. Now, there must always exist on any buffet some sort of mashed potato helping, so they have a sour cream and chive mashed potatoes. And let me tell you, these boys were so thick, I couldn't get them off the spoon. I had to shake like Pluto shakes his butt in this restaurant level shake to get just this little bit off the spoon because it's that thick. And I mean thick with at least 3 C's. Here you call his name every time. He's the best boy. We all know that. These are like the best mashed potatoes. Sour cream, the chive, the richest. 4.25 out of 5 claws.
We have a beautiful sesame cucumber salad. I think that's what it was called. And it's got a lot of cucumbers and not a lot of anything else, which I'm not really mad at. Cheers. It's very delicious. It tastes like soy in the best possible way. However, this is not a side. This is a topping. They need Chef Mickey's taco bar, and then they need to allow you to make tacos here. So like the tofu with the slaw in a taco shell with maybe some like cabbage. That would be a vibe. On its own, it just tastes like it needs something. Like it needs to be on top of something. Like if I was a meat eater, I would say like put this on top of a grilled chicken or something, you know? I would give it a 4 out of 5. It's very tasty, very flavorful. It's just not like a dish item to me. Thankfully, this is buffet and everything goes with everything.
Salad. Cucumber salad. Cucumbers and peppers and onions and... It's a salad. Sesame salad. I have an internal pet peeve with any salad I can't stab with a fork. It's annoying. This is why, and you've heard me say this before, and I'll say it even here, even though there are those of you that say it doesn't belong, this is why chopsticks are a superior utensil. With chopsticks, I can pick up this whole thing. That's not even bragging, that's just a fact. I love that. It's given very thinly sliced like Szechuan cucumbers, similar that we've gotten at like Morimoto or Nine Dragons, and I think we had something similar at Cheeky Sai once, maybe. Blue Dragon definitely, but just like that flavor, not as spicy, but like tasty. But again, I need chopsticks for that. A fork is not adequate. 4.5 out of 5 claws.
This is like the ghost of Christmas past. This never leaves the menu here at Hollywood and Vine. I wish they would change up the risotto. Maybe it's because we only come during Halloween time. It's always mushroom. And I was not paying attention when I grabbed this. I grabbed too much, and I grabbed a whole bunch of mushrooms. I do remember last year getting a bite with like a huge piece of mushroom, and I loathed it. So I'm trying to be careful in my selections here and go mushroomless. Let's see how successful I am. I will say the risotto is cooked very nicely. Perfect, even. The mushrooms, like the sauce, it's almost like a cream of mushroom situation. It definitely gives me like low-end truffle, which I guess is bougie of me to say, but we eat a lot of truffle on this channel because they serve a lot of truffle here. So it's giving me truffle vibes, not Monsieur Paul level, but definitely in that super mushroom realm, which, you know, mushroom is supposed to be the star of this, so that makes sense. I'm not mad at it. I do appreciate it, though I am not a mushroom person. So for that, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 risottos. Just because I don't like mushrooms doesn't mean I'm going to detract from the dish, because it is very well prepared.
You know, when the princess talks positively about the dirt rooms, I'm not sure whether I should be excited or worried. Actually, we were in Plates of the Pod person this Halloween time. I don't know for sure. Sci-Fi is just across the way. She could be an android for all that I know. She's already a wizard? Witch? Either way, on to the mushroom risotto. Little baby rooms. That's nice. That's very nice. Nice and creamy, but without dairy. Okay, it is vegan, as is. I like the tiny bits of mushrooms. They could have gone like overboard and put like huge mushrooms in it, but like the tiny bits of mushrooms so that I can like even out my mushroom consumption with the risotto. That's excellent. I wouldn't cook this at home, but I would sneak this a portion for myself and not share with the princess. I'll give that 4.5 out of 5 plus.
This one is a new option that I do not recall the last time that we were here. And as we were discussing, maybe this option was Agatha all along. It is a spicy little chickpea situation. And who doesn't like chickpeas? I can eat chickpeas all day, every day. These chickpeas are really creamy. They don't taste the same as the chickpeas from the salad section. I'm assuming it's canned, because why would they like cook some for this dish and not for others? Maybe they use raw ones and they cook the chickpeas in this gorgeous sauce. Maybe that's why they taste creamier, but it just kind of melts in your mouth in a beautiful way. The first thing that you get at the front of the mouth is tomato. And you kind of get like a nice cream and tomato, and you're feeling good. And then all of a sudden, this roar in the back of your mouth comes, and it's just heat on heat on heat. I would say get some bread and eat the chickpeas with the bread. And if you have an aversion to spice, do not get this at all. This is like a 4 out of 10 on the heat scale. It kind of hits you all at once, and then it kind of eases off after time, but it's still spicy chickpeas, so I enjoy it. But I know that if pepper is too spicy for you, like, you definitely do not want to get this at all. I would give this a 4 out of 5 chickpeas. I enjoy chickpeas, and I will eat copious amounts of this with bread.
Chickpeas all across the world in a nice sauce. Looks to me like a tomato base. I see some spinach in here, some other such veggies. Interesting. This is probably too big a fork fill, but we commit to our mistakes. That accelerates like Rock and Roller Coaster featuring the Mayhem, which we have still yet to ride. I know, but we're busy serving you guys up food. We haven't had chance or the time to send an hour-long line yet. But that kick is familiar because it ratchets up in heat from 0 to like a 6.5 immediately. Like, I felt like I was thrown back in my chair there for a second, and I realized I'm still sitting in a restaurant. But I like the flavor, I like the tomato base, I like the spice. spice with flavor, not just spice for no reason. It's not the bomb, okay? But it is the bomb. If you get my meaning, I would give that a 4.25 out of 5 claws. Maybe I rock with this buffet because it rocks with me.
Last time we were here, the vegan soup was butternut squash. I'm glad we don't have one because there's a butternut squash currently at Hollywood Brown Derby. Now this is a summer vegetable. It looks like mostly potatoes, but I am not mad at that. I do also think it might need salt and pepper, but there's that on the table, thankfully. Cheers. What do we always say here? If the broth is trash, the bowl is trash. The broth is bland, therefore trash. I'm definitely going to need salt and pepper in that. The potatoes are cooked really well. They're nice and soft. The carrots are not as soft as the potatoes, so it's almost like they put it all in at the same time instead of spacing out the timing on when you add the vegetables. Not all vegetables cook at the same time. You do have to put them in based on the duration in which they need to cook. I'm not mad at it, though. I will enjoy it. I give it a 4 out of 5 soups. I know it's a little skewed. I think it would be better, though, if the pieces were smaller. Then I think we would achieve what we're trying to achieve with this soup.
The princess has judged this soup and found it lacking. I do hope that it's more than vegetable bathwater, because I do expect more from my soup than just vegetables in thin liquid. It needs to have some body to it, some character. It needs to have gone through some vegetable level trauma to give it that unique flavor that I'm going to enjoy. Potato, carrot, okay. Something in here other than potato. There we go. That looks more even. Honestly, I feel like the broth sucks. I don't say that very often. That's strong language for me. Well, strong language for a Disney World video. I wouldn't say strong language for me. But I think it only gets by because the potatoes are so soft that they basically disintegrate. So it gives the broth a little bit more body. But the broth on its own, it's like oily water almost. Resting on the laurels of both the potatoes and carrots. It's passable, but we've had far better soups. She's always walking a runway no matter where she is. Diva behavior. This soup, not diva behavior. That's diva behavior. 2.5 out of 5 claws. Even in Florida, it is always soup season. I'm never not in the mood for a nice bowl of chicken noodle soup. If it's good. Got nice pieces of chicken in here, chunky. Whoever is prepping the carrots back there, like big carrots, cucumbers, and broth. Actually, I should have learned my lesson already. Let's try this broth first. The broth is trash. What was that movie with Tobey Maguire and was it Reese Witherspoon? No, Pleasantville. Who was that? Kristen Dunst. What's the one where they go from like, because we're old, they go from like the color to like the old school TV and it's black and white? Yeah, Pleasantville. It tastes like going from color to black and white. That's what that soup is. No. The chicken is given nothing. 2 out of 5 claws. Even though I feel like salmon is usually one of my favorite parts of any buffet, I always feel that when I go to get salmon, I get the ugliest pieces of salmon. Like the booty butt ends of the salmon like nobody wants. They just put out a fresh plate. They had like one piece stacked on top. So like I got like this. It looks like the body of a cryptid or like the flood from Halo because it's looking all over the place. I should have gotten the fresh piece and just left this for somebody else. Either way, mistake was made. I'm committing to it. maple mustard salmon, though, so I have hopes. Luckily, it is not as dry as it looks. The flavor is great. It's given that same sort of vibes from the maple mustard topping I liked at Columbia Harbor House in Magic Kingdom, but the salmon is much better cooked. Not that that's a surprise. I am usually pleasantly surprised that buffet food here is better than quick service, but that is not always the case. Some of these buffets have been awful, but this salmon, excellent. Nice and tender, plenty of the maple mustard flavor. Make sure you get picky about the pieces you pick up. Don't be me. 4.25 out of 5 plus. We get to the first piece of chicken on the buffet. Always a glorious time, even during skeleton season. We have a spiced barbecue, so it's a barbecue rub. And it looks like it's roasted in barbecue sauce. A little chicken wing. You know, complete wing, not like the wing and the leg, but like a complete wing. That chicken gave me hope and then dashed it on the rocks. I bit into it with a cough because it is actually a spicy barbecue chicken. It's got a spice, like a rub on it. Got a little pepper in the back of the throat, but once I got to like the meat, it was dry. Chicken was dry. And I cannot abide dry chicken. I cannot. It's a 2 out of 5 plus. That hurt my heart. Hopefully the next batch is better, but just basically on how I got it, not a vibe.
So I got a small amount of green beans because Bear's not a fan, and I'm glad that I saw lots of garlic on there because it needs it, especially if they're not cooked low and slow all day, which I can tell by the way they hit the fork. They're not. I will say I'm glad I got a small amount, and at least it's cooked, but it's like bad, unwashed almost, like just nasty. Like Bear is probably gonna tense up trying this. I feel bad even making him try it, but he has to because we eat all the things here. It's a 2 out of 5 green beans for me. It is really bad.
I got no flourishes. I got no eloquencies. I am not the hype man that you need when it comes to green beans. I'm a confirmed hater in every regard. I said all the best vegetables look like trees. That does not mean weeds. Either way, I gotta eat my veggies. Small veggies. They should be glad this isn't revolutionary times. 1, I'd be in chains. 2, I would draw on these green beans at 15 paces. Slap with the glove, run the fisticuffs. I would do the thing. We would box because I felt like those green beans were a violence on me. I feel attacked. I do not like at all. I would probably rather lick this floor than eat another one of those. 1 out of 5 plus.
And now to move on to something a little bit more tasty, the tofu. This is my favorite thing that they have on the line. It's been my favorite since they added it here to the menu. And it's very much like what they offer at Backlot Express. I did get the very end of the tofu, so it's, I guess, extra marinated. It's a little soy forward for me, a little too soy forward for me, but nothing that a fresh batch couldn't fix. If I could, I would just take a whole plate of this and nothing else. It is a 5 out of 5 for me. It is a Princessities item. It is my favorite thing here. You get it with rice, the tofu, and then that cucumber Asian slaw, and you would have something better than what they offer at Backlot Express with way more tofu.
The tofu, breaded, sesamed, golden. Everything you want to be. Crispy and sauced. cooked, seasoned. There are plenty of places at Walt Disney World that will never get tofu as right as they get it here. And that's sad. 4.25 out of 5 claws.
Now from the kids station, I got the white rice. Apparently that's the only place that we're gonna have it here. There's the fried rice, but that's not vegan. The white rice is it as good as Tusker House? Because Tusker House is the bar for white rice. Definitely not as good as Tusker House. They use jasmine rice at Tusker House. This is not that. This is short grain rice. So it's a little more starchy. They didn't wash it ahead of time either. I can definitely taste that. Not my favorite rice. I would probably give it like a 3 out of 5 rices, but I'm very critical of how rice is cooked because I'm Persian, so take that for what it is. At least it's not like instant rice.
We will always find the rice. If we find nothing else, we will find that. No more of that. That tastes like somebody that's never cooked rice before. You just dumped it on a rice cooker. I don't even know you used a rice cooker. It's cooked, but it ain't great. 2.75 out of 5 claws. Better than average, but we strive for more here. He understood the assignment. Always. Cheesy cauliflower, because why not? What goes better with cauliflower than Chez? And it is covered. Roasted and covered with the breadcrumbs in there. Okay. I see your business. I see your vision. It is a nice, thin, white cheese sauce, but it coats the cauliflower well. I've got no complaints. If you like cheese and you like cauliflower, I don't see any reason you're going to dislike this. I give that 3.75 out of 5 claws. I feel like I have not properly honored my Irish roots. Not that I have any. We did by 23andMe. Not a lick of Irish anywhere in that DNA makeup. But they have shepherd's pie with the note that it contains alcohol. I haven't been putting alcohol in my shepherd's pie, but now I need to investigate. Maybe I need to do a drop of whiskey with the meats. Jameson in my shepherd's pie, which sounds wonderful. I don't know why I've never thought of that. Or other such Irish whiskeys. I'm ashamed. I've been adopted by several Irishmen, Irish women, Irish synonyms. I'm sorry for my transgression. I will correct that. Till then, we try this. And it was sticky icky. Yeah, we're going to use a finger. We're just going to get messy. I don't say this often, but I can actually taste a small hint of the alcohol in there. The aura of it, the way it sort of like enhances the flavor, it's giving me like the same vibes of the reason you add red wine to like a beef bourguignon, but with shepherd's pie. I peak game, okay? 4.5 out of 5 claws. Vegetarians, I am sorry, but be not upset. The main macaroni and cheese on the buffet has shrimp in it. However, there is regular mac and cheese at the kids station. I say at every buffet, even if you're a child, do not skip the kids section because they be hiding some goodies in there. But we'll get to that. Let's see. Pork, we have shrimp, we have mac and cheese. All the things. Little sea roach. There you go. I don't like that. I don't know if it's the quality of the mac and cheese or it's the shrimp. It just don't vibe for me. I am not big on cheesy shrimp to begin with. We've had several different iterations of shrimp with cheese here. The one horror that comes to mind is Ohana, after they reopened after the pandemic closure. They had the that cheesy shrimp bake, which was awful. I'm also reminded of a incredibly disgusting cheesy shrimp bake they used to have at T-Rex years ago. Never vibed. So it may be a me problem. Maybe I'm the common denominator in there, and it's just I don't like shrimp with cheese, but I'm not feeling that. 2.25 out of 5 plus. Everybody lately, and not everybody, there's a lot of dishes on this buffet with alcohol. And that's not a complaint. But, like, I didn't realize that Disney was moving like that. Like, you wanted to put alcohol in so many of your dishes. This is like a meatball stroganoff with the little caption that says, contains the alcohol. So, I'm assuming it's in the meatballs or maybe it's in the pasta. Either way, I'm not getting drunk at lunch. Definitely some layers of flavor in there. It's giving stroganoff. The meatballs are nice touch. They're nice and juicy, well seasoned. I definitely think the alcohol is in the sauce. But it's tasty. It's good. Much better than the shrimp mac and cheese. Give that 3.75 out of 5 plus. I like surprises at the buffet as much as the next person, but if you're going to give me a food, I at least want to know what it is. I don't even really care what's in it most times. If it wasn't for the princess, I would forget my allergy most times and forget to ask. They did tell me that everything is safe, and there's no mango up there, but this item was simply labeled Chef Special with no other details. It appears to be a chicken bit on top of a cornbread without tasting it. And nobody told me. I have this deepest, darkest feeling that haunts me. Okay, not like Mickey's Not So Scary, because that's not that scary. Probably deeper than Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. That this is going to be hot honey chicken and cornbread. Because there's a sticky looking sauce on here, there's cornbread, and then there's chicken. And if they're going to put a sauce on here nondescript, in my mind, it could only be hot honey because that seems to be the only thing people care about nowadays. How do I eat this? I don't know. I've been saved by the allergy guide. Even though it's not listed on the placard, the allergy guide, it does tell us that this is a spicy chicken with jalapeno cornbread. Chicken is basically like a crunchy chicken nugget with some sort of sauce on it. I wouldn't call it spicy. I would say that the Princess's chickpeas that I had earlier were way spicier than the chicken. The heat on this chicken is probably like a 0.5 out of 10. It tickles. The cornbread is spicier than the chicken. And jalapenos are not that spicy. The cornbread is probably like a 2 out of 10 on the heat scale. Not like hot, but like flavorful. I would honestly prefer the cornbread without the chicken. If you're vegetarian, you could speak to the chef. They will probably just give you the cornbread without the chicken. I suggest that. You're not missing anything with the chicken. The cornbread's where it's at. It's only getting this rating because of the cornbread and not because it's chicken, but it's a 4 out of 5. The princess always gets this look on her face. Anytime she sees me at the corner of the cob, like I'm going to do the typewriter thing from our childhood. It's not like every time I eat corn on the cob, I hear that typewriter ching sound in my head. For those of you that have never seen a typewriter, just Google it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Look it on TikTok. I'm sure you'll find the sound. But, yes, I do hear the sound every time. My life motto, leave no corn unbitten. Ever. It's nice buttered corn on the cob. I like that they're small. Sometimes it's hard to commit to like a full cob. I like they're like mini cobs. Even small enough for your children to eat with their hands and not overburden themselves. 4 out of 5 plus. So we always say, or I always say, one of the best kept secrets in the buffet is the kids section. While not the most exotic foods, they do have a lot of like the comfort food favorites that people can easily skip because you know the counter is lowered for the children. Don't be afraid to bend down, use your knees, okay? Keep your back straight and get you some children's favorites. So they had these little beautiful squares of cheese pizza. And it is the cheesiest of pizza. Ninja Turtles will be proud. Like they did used to hang out in this park. Nice and cheesy. It's an event crust. That's good pizza. It makes me miss Pizza Rizzo. May he rest in peace. May they rest in peace. To the Rizzo. 3.75 out of 5 flaws. Vegetarians, I told you that I wouldn't forget about you. The Kid Station does indeed have plain mac and cheese. I got a small amount because lactose intolerant bear. Creamy, cheesy. I think that's a better quality mac and cheese than was included with the mac and cheese that had the pork and the shrimp. 3.75 out of 5 flaws. One of my other best kept secrets of the Kid Station is they love to hide baked chicken, like just straight baked chicken at the Kid Station. So if there's some sort of like funky chicken offering with weird sauces that maybe your stomach can't handle, they will have delicious looking chicken legs at the Kid Station. All baked. Look at that. Look at that color on that chicken. I bet you it's not dry. This is the way. Nice, juicy chicken. Well seasoned. It's not like crazy. It's not like super salty. It's not like some odd like tandoori chicken or anything like that. But it's like a standard baked chicken. If you just want chicken, the Kid Station's got what you need. Got what you need. Now, I didn't get everything at the Kid Station. I picked and choose. I don't eat everything the Kitty's got, but if there's some other things you want, they also have chicken nuggies. They have potato barrels, and they have a based penne pasta with marinara. If that's your vibe. But if you need something easy on your stomach, you are not limited to eating the buffet food. You can eat the kids' food too. I would say, the kids will be all right. They're all right. They do have a carving station here at 5 and Dine. Hollywood and Dine. They do have a carving station here that's 2 meats. One of those is a carved ham, and it comes with a maple mustard sauce. It doesn't come with it. You can get it on the side, so you can get it or skip it. I usually choose to get it. One thing that hurts my heart is they're always so stingy on like the non-beef meat. Whatever it is, it'd be like a fresh fish they're carving or like a tandoori chicken in some cases. The other meat is always the one like, here's a single slice. I only wanted a single slice of the beef. I wanted more of the ham. They just gave me a single slice of ham. Nice grain mustard, sweet, top of a nice juicy ham. Excellent. 4 out of 5 flaws. As for the last piece of meat from the carving station, we have a grilled flank steak. On the side, they have a nice chimichurri. I asked for 1 slice. I got 3. I'm not complaining. It's a buffet. They don't care. But I didn't want a ton of this. Nice and carved. Got some char on the edges. Typical Disney buffet flank steak. It's steak E. It didn't win any awards. Even the chimichurri, I could skip. It's okay. 3 out of 5 flaws. Yeah. Ah! He's a little spooky. A little spooky.
Now I have the peach cobbler here. This is all that was left in the entire thing. And it just looks like soft peaches. I'm not mad at that. I'm pretty sure last time we came here it was apple. They do a la mode over at 50's Primetime, so I'm not sure why they don't a la mode here. Cheers. It just tastes like a cinnamon peach, which is nice. It's got a crunch to it. It's cold, and I think it's cold because it was like the bottom of the barrel. It's meant to be served hot, and there's usually like a crumble on top that makes it a little bit nicer. I would say wait until they refill it, but they were not doing that anytime soon. So as it is, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 desserts, but I see the potential.
Looks like somebody cobbled all the peach and left us the base peach cobbler. It definitely looks cobbled. I don't know what cobbled looked like, but I'm going to guess that's cobbled. It looks like pie without the crust. It's like pie filling peach. Not bad. A little syrupy, but dessert-ish. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
We didn't have to wait much longer for them to refill the beautiful peach cobbler. And now this is much better than what it looked like before. And nice and soft and hot. Oop, slide off the fork. That's exactly what you want. Spoon, I mean. Now that's what I'm talking about. That is delicious. That is the kind of dessert that you want. That one gets raised to a 4 out of 5 cobblers.
So we have Peach Cobbler 2 Electric Boogaloo. Nice, freshly potted peach cobbler. To listen to you, if you go up there and something doesn't look fresh and almost empty, just wait. They'll refill it and you can go back. It doesn't even exist without the crumble. So much better. 4.25 out of 5 plus. My non-life hack for any Disney buffet, always skip the dessert plate, go back to the regular buffet, get a full-size plate, and just get every dessert in one go. No multiple trips trying to fit on a small plate. You fit each one of the desserts they have on this plate. The only thing I didn't get was the soft serve ice cream because, well, Black House is hard and I can't have that. So you have this chocolate chip pudding with gummy worms. So I guess this is their version of worms and dirt. Looks like more brownie than pudding, but you know. I like a gummy worm. I like chocolate. Both together could be nice. I'm not sure what the naming vision was, but it's basically just chocolate pudding with crumbled brownie on the top with gummy worms. So worms and dirt. The name was weird, but it's worms and dirt. If you've ever had worms and dirt, this is worms and dirt. But it's good worms and dirt. I would give it a solid 4 out of 5 plus. Here we have our standard seasonal Mickey cupcake, chocolate cupcake with a Halloween icing. They have 2. They have the green and then they have the orange. You pick your favorite Halloween color. And yes, I'm using a spoon. I don't want to take the cupcake panties off in this restaurant. Fairly standard Disney cupcake. I actually prefer the bite-size Disney cupcakes, so I feel they stay more moist. They're less mess. They're more, I don't want to say edible because they're all edible. It's more like they're a lot easier to consume in their small bite-sized form. They are like the massive cupcakes where you're trying to balance like the ridiculous amount of like buttercream icing and the cupcake itself. This feels a lot more in tune with itself. It knows who it is and it likes itself. 3.75 out of 5 plus. This little cutie patootie here is the apple caramel tart. Little pearl chocolate pearls on there. Little tart base. Assuming this is supposed to be apple caramel. Split it like a Disney woodsman, and boom. Inside, you have the apple. Something on top, you have the caramel, and a tart. And I want both halves. Oh, he got me. That was tart. That I can get on board with. That feels like they took the best parts of like an apple turnover and put them in a tart with the icing. That is amazing. I like that. I could do with like a bigger one of those for like a full-size dessert. 4.75 out of 5 claws. I shouldn't have gotten this, and I feel like I'm going to regret this because the last time I had cheesecake on this channel, I was miserable for the last 3 hours after that video ended. But this is their pumpkin cheesecake. This is like their seasonal dessert option. I'm not even going to eat a bite. I'm just like licking the tip. Very pumpkin. Very cheesecake. Your mileage may vary. If you love pumpkin and you love cheesecake, you're going to like that. Me, I don't want to spend all night cramping again. So I'm over that one already. 3.75 out of 5 claws. The final dessert. The final countdown. It's a chocolate chip cookie. I couldn't resist.
You're welcome.
No complaints. I like my chocolate chip cookies moist and soft. And it hits all those notes. 4 out of 5 claws.
Here we have the final dessert, the real final dessert. This is the by request brownie that is vegan and gluten-free. Nice, and the texture is very like sticky. Sticky. This is very niche, so meat eaters, I'm sorry, you've never experienced this. But vegans, remember those days when you used to be able to get the holiday box from Tofurkey, and it was like the Tofurkey roast with the frozen bag of gravy, and then it came with that chocolate cake that you, I don't know, if you were me, you never ate the chocolate cake. That's what this tastes like. It's bad. It's not good at all. It's like gummy and not in a good way. It does come with blueberries, and I have my peaches, so it will probably be better with a fruit, but on its own, it's like a 1 out of 5 brownies. I understand why it's by request, because if you put this out on the line, it would either get returned a lot, they would be returning it a lot, or it would just sit and nobody would take it.
I lied. Not the final dessert. I can't count, apparently. And I got called out by many for not wearing themed ears, like the princess. It's not as if I don't have my own set of ears. I just did not wear themed ears today. Shame on me. So, back to this by request brownie. Ooh, that is brownie glue. As much as we were all different, unique and beautiful snowflakes, and yes, I believe that with no sarcasm, there are so many ways in which we are alike. That includes our experiences through life. While the princess has her own experience, honestly, this is beat for beat a kid cuisine microwave brownie, and all the worst parts of that it comes with. Do not want. It's an allergy-friendly option. I'm glad it's here. I'm more glad that I don't have to eat it. 2 out of 5 claws. Finally got our dose of Halloween.
We are so excited. This is like the thing that we do in lieu of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, because we get to do a little Halloween celebrating without that giant price tag. So
yes.
We really enjoyed this one. We have not really done any other version of Dine at Hollywood and Vine because we love Halloween so much. So if there's a different season that you guys want us to do, please let us know, because otherwise we'll probably just do this on loop.
Yes. Now, normally this does start the same weekend as Mickey's Not So Scary. This year it was later, almost a week and a half later than normally is. As of today, it's still not on the Disney website. Maybe by the time this video goes up, but be warned that when you're making reservations for next year, it might not be at the time that you think it is. Maybe this will change. Maybe it's just a temporary thing for this year. Who knows? But as of right now, it is a little bit delayed from when it normally is. The food is amazing. I suggest if you've never been, Halloween is the time to come.
Yes.
It's not just costumes. You can see the characters completely show out. While they are hams for a camera, they're ham for anybody and every camera. So this isn't just our table, it's like every table. Pluto's being a goofball. Minnie's doing a little runway walk in the background. Goofy is being Goofy because Goofy is almost the best character at any buffet.
He does know how to get down.
But yeah, he's getting down in the background like every single time. I think he almost slipped and fell a couple of times because Goofy is that animated in every buffet. But I want to know what your favorite food item was because we have our favorite. So what was your favorite?
Always the tofu. Always.
I think I'm kind of partial to that maple salmon and that fried rice as always. But excellent meal. But I want to know your favorites and what you've seen in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you can see us do, comments is always the only place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will eat himself into this body of water and really hurt himself because he's a water bear and there is no water in Echo Lake right now.
I was hoping because there is no water that I wouldn't get eaten in there. Apparently, I underestimated our princess. But you heard the girl.
Congratulations! You've made it towards the end of the video. We appreciate you watching this far, and to the duck. Now, of course, we asked you earlier to tell us your favorite seasonal dine at Hollywood and Vine. Please do that in the comments, or put emojis. If you have not been to Hollywood and Vine, we would love to hear if you would like to go, or if you would not like to go. Leave your comments. We appreciate you.